You know, Star Wars has been a thing as of late. There's been so many Star Wars games. Star Wars Battlefront games, Knights of the Old Republic games, Jedi Knight games, whatever. There's so much out there. Even one of the largest series to have a backwards compatibility lineup for the Xbox One and Xbox Series. So there's so much Star Wars games you guys can even play. But one of the games I want to talk about mostly is the Krome Studios version of Star Wars Force Unleashed. This version came out on the PS2, PSP, and Wii, but the Wii version ended up getting ported over to Nintendo Switch in high definition. So I want to explain the key differences between the Krome Studios version and the LucasArts version. Both of them are in complete different engines, and both of them have, well, pretty much a similar story. It still has like somewhat the same idea, but there are some different missions that you guys can play. Plus, some of the combat is different, and the content is different too. But I just want to go ahead and tell you guys about this. You play as Starkiller, and his master is Darth Vader. Now, when you guys play on the PS2, PSP, and Wii version, there are some subtle differences here. So the PSP version has bonus levels, which are historical ones, where you fight the past, like maybe episode 1, episode 2, whatever, or maybe episode 3. It's all there. The Wii version has the multiplayer and a one-on-one fighting, so you guys can duke it out. The PS2 version plays somewhat identical to the Wii version, but the only negative I have for the PSP version is its frame rate. I mean, it's playable, but it dips. PS2 has the analog stuff, so it makes it easier. So control-wise, it's there. Wii version, you can only play in motions. So yeah, but thankfully, if you guys want to just get the Wii version, well, definitely get the Switch version. You can either play the game in a standard controller, like the PS2 version would have, or the motion controls that they have with the Joy-Cons. So that there's all up to you guys as to how you want to play the game. There's these little box things that are scattered around, but if you collect a lot more, you get more unlockables. Maybe some costumes or whatever. And there's also these lightsaber jewels. So if you grab them, you can change whichever color lightsabers that you want. I've also seen plenty of people prefer this version than the one on the PS3 and 360, which I will say the 360 version is backwards compatible on the Xbox One and Xbox Series, and you guys can play in 4K, so the game is technically Xbox enhanced. But as I said, this isn't the version I'm talking about. The Krome Studios version is a completely different game. It has some of the dialogue differences here and there, which you'll probably see why. Listen, graphics doesn't mean everything. It's the gameplay. If you guys enjoy the gameplay on here instead of there, then that's fine. I basically prefer this version over the one on the PS3 360, despite it having DLC. The reason is because the combat on the PS3 360 just does not feel satisfying, but I think it's because it just lacks of a block. But thankfully the PS2, PSP, and Wii version, which again is on Switch, it actually has a block button. Holy cow. Which is something that I didn't know why it wasn't included. I just don't know. The combat is this. If you kill a bunch of enemies, get some playing points, you can unlock some skills, or maybe level up your attacks. But you can do this at any point in the game if you want to. So that's there for you. You jump, you slash, there's quick time events, and all that other stuff that you'll probably see here and there. Some levels are completely different too than the one on PS3 360, so you'll see what I mean when you guys play this. I've also been reading that a lot of people like the storytelling here better than the one that came out on the PS3 and 360, and I can fully agree with it. Well, because there are some sequences that this version and that version has that is better than the other version, which if you compare to both cutscenes, you'll see some key differences as to what I mean. Like, for example, like at the beginning of the game, like when Darth Vader was shocked to see that the Jedi Master having a son, he was kind of shocked in the one part, but The other one, he doesn't seem to be so surprised. But those are just key examples. I don't want to like go fully through it when it comes to storytelling because I want you guys to experience it. Also, I believe there are some boss differences too. There are some bosses you'll still fight from that version, but sometimes you may never counter them from the other version, but that's just my expense. I'll probably make like an in-depth review of the PS3 360 version when I get a chance of fully playing it. I think for anyone that's already played this game on the PS3 360, I think you should give this one a chance. These crystals that I already mentioned about the lightsabers are well hidden. Same with those cube things you need to find too if you want to do more unlockables. Like it's scattered all over the game, so you might have a hard time or an easy time to find these things. But if you guys want to do that with a friend, then you can play that version as well. So if you guys want a whole new experience of Force Unleashed that you haven't done so yet, then this is the version you should definitely play. Like if you guys don't have any of these older systems, then the Switch version is definitely for you, as this is the Wii version that got ported over to the Switch, just has some different control options for your liking.